fresh out the oven.
What is cracking, everybody? It's Mega Pyroman here, and welcome to another look at my map for King of the Hills Synthetic Beta 27. Yes, I am currently on Beta 27. There has been quite a few changes since the last time I did a video. Mainly, changes have been happening really quickly, as I've been getting some pretty good feedback relatively quickly, I suppose. I've been getting competitive feedback with both normal competitive as well as Highlander, which is one of every team on each team, so it's 9v9. There's only one of every class, so there's one scout, one soldier, one demo, etc. And I've also been getting casual players' feedback from the TF2 maps, game days and in impromptu tests that they've been doing, to try and make this map as good as I can make it for as many people as possible. I don't know if it's there just yet, but we've changed a heck of a lot of things. Now, the last time that you saw this map, I believe I had walls and crap all over the midsection. I rolled that back to how mid used to be, but then I changed things from there. The Highlander people gave me some really good feedback saying that the midpoint did not feel like it was strong enough for them to really stay on it. They felt like it was an extremely weak area of the map, so most people didn't stay in the midpoints at mid. Instead, they would stand here and shoot across, and they would stand here and shoot across. Now, that is kind of on purpose and kind of not. The midsection for this map, that's a problem right there. The midsection for this map was originally inspired by King of the Hill Arctic, which won a King of the Hill mapping contest years ago. And that is one of the things that Arctic has, where you stand across here and you shoot across. Basically, instead of standing on the point, you shoot across the point. And that's partially what inspired this midsection. I believe my midsection's a bit wider when it comes to this particular map, but that is what inspired it, so that's what's happening with it. But I did try to change things up a little bit to make it a bit better. I added a barrel over here, which was originally over here, because heavies could jump on top of the barrel, jump on top of the sign, and then shoot out of here while they were basically undercover. In Team Fortress 2, the heavy weapons guy does not actually shoot out of his minigun, even though it looks like he does from the first-person and third-person perspective. He does not. The heavy weapons guy shoots out of his eyeballs. So, if his head is above cover, even if his gun is not, he can still shoot people even though he's mostly behind cover. So I changed that to moving it over here, so you crouch jump on top of this and crouch jump on top of that, so you don't have that much of an issue when it comes to the weird heavy weapons guy head glitching going on. I've also messed around with lighting quite a bit to try to make some areas a bit brighter and make areas more interesting. I keep getting feedback of people saying that the lighting overall is pretty flat and gray, so I'm doing what I can to try to change it. I don't know if I've successfully changed it and fixed it or not, but I'm trying here, people. I am trying here. I've also changed this middle area, which I don't believe I had changed previously, to change the dynamics of it. So instead of this being the high ground that you stand on to cover the point, it's still high ground, but it's a bit lower high ground than it was before, and it's lower than over here. So before, you would go over here, you would go up, you would go over, and you would go down. But now, the attacking team has a bit of high ground here. Not much, but a little bit of high ground here, and then they go down and have high ground here, and so on and so forth. And my voice is cracking, because I am 13! Indeed. I've also added these little grates, so you can stand on the point area and see who's using the tunnel. That way, instead of having to stand all of the way over here to see who's going through the tunnel to cover that, you can do it just by standing on the point to try to make the point area a little bit stronger. I was going to put a window here, but putting a window here would not only allow you to see who was going down the stairs, but you could also see whoever was hiding back here behind this cover. So, by putting it on the ground like that, you can look down and you can see anybody going through the tunnel from the point. I've also bullet blocked this, so explosions shouldn't go through it. Explosions do go through most grates. I believe there is 1 or 2 textures floating around there that's for grates that explosions won't go through. But most of them they will go through, so I had to use some block bullet textures to try to stop that. You don't see the block bullet textures, of course, because they're invisible to the main game. But I changed that around a little bit, so you can see up through here, but you're not really going to see a whole heck of a lot if you do that. Mostly you're going to be able to stand on the point, look down, and see, hey, there's a scout running through the blue tunnel. There's a medic going through the red tunnel, and so on and so forth. I've also moved the entrance around a little bit because I had gotten rid of the walls that were here. I had to move this wall around a little bit to try to block the sight line that was from all the way over here to let you see all the way over there. So I moved this wall, and I moved this wall, which changed the size of the area, but I believed it worked the way I wanted it to, because it blocks this sniper sight line, plus it also opened up a bit more visibility when you're at mid. So you've got you can see a little bit more, making mid hopefully a bit more interesting and a bit more worthwhile of an area to go. I also tried to work on this particular path over here, redoing this to try to make it more useful. Generally, people will start and spawn, at least in competitive. In casual, they'll generally go in left or right. They'll go to the left or they'll go to the right. But in competitive and in Highlander, tests that I have seen, for the most part, they will spawn and then they'll go to the left. They will always go left. Mostly they'll be playing as soldiers and they'll rocket jump over to here and move on from that way. And it's because soldiers are going that way and demo men are going that way. And those are the generalist classes, which are good at both attack and defense. Pretty much everybody just ends up going this way. So I tried to change things up by making this side a bit more useful by giving it this upper area here. So if somebody is coming at your spawn this way, you can stand up here, you have the complete height advantage, and you can rocket jump, boom, rocket jump, boom. 2 rockets, and you're on the point. Whereas over here, 2 rockets, 1 rocket, 2 rockets, and you're on the point. So now there are 2 rockets, or 2 sticky bomb jumps, and you're on the point in both directions, which should hopefully make both directions a bit more useful. This upper area also opened up a path that you can use to get to, well, those rocks over there are fading in and out, and they're not supposed to do that quick. Well, that's a problem. That'll have to be fixed in the next version. But yeah, you can now go out here and go this way and go up into the mid area where previously you couldn't do that because you would come out of the door down here. So that will hopefully make this side a bit more interesting and a bit more useful, as well as making it less likely for teams to push into the spawn area from over here. Now, you might be thinking, well, if you want them to quickly use the right side of the map there, why don't you just get rid of this wall so they can easily just run through and go that way? Well, if I do that, then you'll have a sight line from here all the way over to here, which would be bad. Also, this is here for optimization purposes to try and make the map run better. I'm still not super great at optimization, but I'm trying here, people. I am trying my darndest. I put occluders in this version of the map. You can't see them, and that might be actually what's causing the weirdness going on here with those props over there. It might be an occluder issue. So what occluders do is they hide any props that are behind them. I have an occluder here that's invisible, and I have an occluder here that's invisible. And they specifically hide any props behind them and stop them from rendering. So that might be what's going on over here, which is a little bit noticeable, and I'll have to figure out what I can do about that to keep it optimized and not crappy. You know? Because I don't want it to be crappy, but I do want the map to run better. I'm not very good at optimization, even though I keep trying. There's also an occluder here, and there's an occluder here. These areas have been changed up a little bit. Originally, I had this as being a window, but now I've made it just a straight drop down. You can still jump from here to over here. But I had to change some of the things on this side to try to block some sniper sight lines so you can no longer go around the back over here. There's still this cheeky little sight line where you can stand back here and shoot to here, which it is a bit of a cheeky sight line. But I think it's okay, because there's plenty of ways to go around it. I mean, if there's a sniper standing here and they're shooting over there, they can't see the left side. So you can still go up this way, go over around here, and go over here, and then if you're demo man, shoot some pills in there, some grenades and whatnot, or go down around this way, come up here, go around that way, and deal with them like that. So there are options to deal with the snipers. It is a little bit of a cheeky sideline, but I think it balances itself out with the other options that I have that people can go. The question is, will they actually go there? If they won't, then I can try and change this by making the doorway shorter, or I've been thinking about possibly changing this so that the opening, instead of being here, would be here, which would maybe stop that sniper sight line, or maybe actually make it worse. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's some of my ideas at the moment. We're getting one step closer to release Candidate 1. One day, eventually, we will get to release Candidate 1. It will happen at some point. I don't know when, but it will happen. I had a couple of versions ago, I was just going to put RC1 and call the map done, but then I got the Highlander testing and feedback from that, and I was like, alright, well, we're still getting feedback from this. That needs fixed. We're still getting feedback from this, so let's work on it and try to actually get some things fixed up and make the map better. So, I'm trying here. I don't know how well everything's going to turn out, but we'll see, and I gotta get that fixed. So there'll probably be a beta 28 real soon. Anyway, that's it for now. Please let me know what you think about the map in the comment section. It's developed quite a bit from what it originated at, and while I really would like to get this map finished, I don't want to just call it done and move on when it's not. So while it's close, it's just not there yet. It's just not there yet. Hopefully within another version or two, I'll be able to call it done and move on to other projects. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Megapieman. Let me know what you think of the map or anything in the comment section below, or over on the thread on tf2maps.net, or on the thread or on teamwork.tf. Links to those will be both in the description. Thanks for watching. Again.